Hope you all have a good time watching that. I'm Dr. Cool Guy. I got to peace out. Be handing over the mic. Some quick shout outs, if it's all right, to Taylor and Philip back home. And, of course, Fanboy.
Oh, the mics are all here. How many are there? 4?
Everybody, you can. They're all. Yeah, we're all good. I'll leave it here for you, man. Okay? I'll leave it here. Thanks, Logan.
You guys, you can't have the chairs there. We need to have the fire lane. Whoever moved chairs, remove them. They were. I had just fixed those ones too. There should only be 2 rows behind the couch right now. Like directly behind that. I just don't want to get put down to the fire lane.
Wait, are we having any devs on the couch, or are we keeping the duck? Not keeping the still on the couch?
I think the devs are a little busy right now. I don't know if when they're ready. Like, yeah, no hurry. Like, I'm gonna do some testing right now anyway. Wait, they're right here. Yeah, yeah.
Alright, clip it on. Okay.
Okay. If we can get the body pillow one, that'd be great.
What?
We just need to get. Okay, never mind. We're already good.
I got backside of a good seat, but good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Are you guys opposed to wearing some sunglasses?
No.
Fantastic. I'll wear your handful. Is anyone on camera not wearing sunglasses? Okay, I will get you sunglasses.
Are we gonna be able to hear game sound?
You'll hear it. We have to get it all working. Actually, let me see.
Do you have enough material?
I can always use more.
That's a reasonable question.
The body pillow is on there.
Oh, this guy told me.
And the basketball. Okay.
Can you toss me the masking tape? I don't play basketball.
No. Okay, good. Yeah. Well, actually, I think it is on.
Your phone's about to blow up. Silence it now.
No, it's okay.
Mine is.
My phone died. So
Everyone make sure your phones are silent. Off, put them silent. Kevin, is there anyone in the shot that is not wearing sunglasses in the background?
I guess I'll wear some sunglasses. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh, perfect, dude. And then it's all we got. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
How's the control, lads?
Roku and keyboard is amazing. I love the clacks.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay.
You know way too much about this game.
I'm getting audio from the PC. Okay, is that good?
Oh man.
Okay.
Thank you. It's a story of
I can turn it up a
redemption.
little bit if we need to.
Truly is.
Okay. Okay, I guess from the countdown of from 3. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Oh, well, my bad. Restart.
So wait, are these mics on live? They're good? Or?
Oh.
Awesome.
Yeah,
up?
if you guys could sign that body pillow.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, we'll start again. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Victorian steampunk mode?
Yeah, we're going to be playing in Victorian mode, which is pretty much a reward by beating the game the first time. It doesn't really change anything besides the visual look and names of all the characters in the game, and it's pretty funny to look and with class. Okay, so what we're doing right now in the game is pretty much we're doing just movement, nothing really too crazy. And we're just skipping a lot of the dialogue by holding down the Z key and text skipping by tapping C twice. Okay.
Current premise of the game is that in 2053, Charles Barkley performed the Chaos Dunk that wiped out most of New York.
He just wanted to make his son proud, but it turned into something so much worse than that.
Indeed. And then recently, a Chaos Dunk was performed again. Yet only Charles Barkley could do such a thing.
It's not known who did this event. Some people suspect maybe it was him, but he knows that this isn't true.
Michael Jordan, head of the anti-V-ball enforcement squad, will stop at nothing to make sure Barkley doesn't live to see the day. But he is rescued by the ultimate Hellbane. But who is the ultimate Hellbane?
Oh no, I actually made a big mistake in the run already. I forgot to do something very important. Ooh. Can we restart, possibly? Is it possible? Can we do that?
Just
one
don't
more
even
time?
bother. Just
No,
restart. We'll keep the timer going.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad, guys. I'm a bad speedrunner. We'll start this again. Hi, I'm Laser Long. And so, someone take my body pillow now. So pretty much what happened was we're doing 100%. I forgot to mention we're not doing any percent because any percent is pretty much you like RNG. Well, not this game, no. So what I have to do here is I have to do these little side missions or side tasks to get the library ticket and Doom Temple.
You're getting one library card?
One library
I
card.
thought this was a 4 library card run.
Please. No, I try to get all library cards, but I'm just really, really bad.
Nice dodge there.
Thank you, by the way. The quick time event in this game is pretty funny. You can actually soft lock at one of the quick time events in the older versions, but now in the Leap version, which is the new updated version, you don't soft lock anymore here, which is really nice.
I made this game and I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's absolutely amazing, pretty much. Okay, so we're gonna save here. And pretty much what we're doing is we're just saving all the way through, not just for marathon safety, but for the library ticket. So we're gonna stand right here and wait for the enemy to go by. You can actually run past this mob normally, but it's very inconsistent.
So right now we're in the B-ball catacombs.
Damn. Yes, we are in the B-ball catacombs. Normally you can actually dodge that mob by dashing consistently, but it's not a big deal here because even if we take damage, we don't fight the B-ball monster, which is the first boss of the game, until later on. So, but jukes do play an important role because if you do fight mobs, they take about 1 to 2 minutes depending on the mob size as well as the turn order. Excuse me.
The game also works similar to Earthbound, in which enemies that hit you from behind get a free turn, and vice versa. So you got to be on those jukes.
That was fast.
So dirty.
That puzzle gave him some nice Gatorade flavored gum, by the way.
Gives you a good boost to vitality. Okay. So first mini boss of the game, Kobe Bryant. This guy is easy. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about fighting him. What he classifies as is a mutant B-baller. They have the ability called B-ball, which is the worst ability in the game. Thank you for putting that in. So it makes the run very difficult, but thankfully with the route change for Dikembe, it's all right. So we're going to run away from this fight because you will always get this mob, this one lone dread ref who doesn't play by the rules and is a bad boy.
He makes the rules. He's the ref.
Okay, that's fine. There we go. It's not really a big deal if we lose Balthios this time. So, because we're about to heal up in a second.
And you might notice the ball Barkley's using in fights isn't exactly a B-ball. you know, he's kind of forced to use the soccer ball because b-ball is banned in this because of the chaos dunk that destroyed New York. So they just can't allow that anymore because it's dangerous.
Exactly. If someone actually wants to talk about the story real quick, while we get set up for B-Ball Monster.
So we're in the B-Ball catacombs is where all the ancient texts and tombs of the ancient ballers lie. You can actually go in and check some dialogue regarding each of the participants in the Space Jam. And right here, Balthios gets revealed, the Octoroon great-grandson of LeBron James himself.
Okay, so this fight is the B-Ball Monster, the very first fight, and you might recognize him from a great game called Michael Jordan Chaos in Windy City. Great game, I hate it a lot. And for good reason, it was a very terrible platformer, but we're not playing that game. We're playing Barkley, Zephyrz, Gaiden, the superior basketball game. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're using Ice Saber, the primary ability, also good RNG. You can actually lose to this boss very easily if he decides to do Mega Stomp. I believe that's what it's called. I'm very finicky on the moves because I try not to think about this game too much, or I'll lose my mind. Okay? So what you want to do here is you want to use one B-Ball tier, and since this is 100%, we have plenty of items later on, but right now we're going to be a little stingy and try to save as much cash as possible, as well as items. Now the three main items I will go over all seem great. Okay, and the main three items we're going to go over is Eco Killers, B-Ball Shards, and Chicken Fry. No clapping yet, not until we get the Dikende. Then you can clap your hearts. Yeah, that fight is the worst.
Thankfully for new strats, it is significantly easier.
Yes, the new route change with hoops as opposed to Vince Carter, which, you know, I'm not surprised Vince Carter is bad.
Me neither.
No one's surprised here.
Like, yeah, Barkley has a lot of stuff to do. Not only does he need to redeem himself for accidentally performing the Chaos Dunk that ruined New York, he needs to redeem B-Ball because it was unrightfully banned. This is very much a story of redemption.
This is a deep, complex game. It looks like a silly RPG Maker game that got ported to, you know, I'm sorry, yeah, the Game Maker. But there's more to that than what you see here, ladies and gentlemen.
It started as a game when they were making it, but it turned into something
beautiful.
More. Something beautiful.
There's a deep meaning.
So here we are in Cesspool X, home of many genetically altered once humans. The point of this side mission is to unite the snail and the fox in love with poetry. Naturally, we turn to Vince Borg when it comes to poetry.
Vince is a master of the arts. What can he say except Vince? Okay.
So in there we meet Cyberdorf, our, I guess, paladin, healing spells, and physical attack. Thanks, too.
Okay, one of my least favorite fights coming up. This is actually one of the only boss fights that can actually go really bad. We have a save state, and just in case for this situation, but let's pray that it goes well because we don't want to kill the hype. So this fight is going to be a two-part fight with Michael Jordan, who will be playing the role as the evil investigator, and Vince Carter, who betrays you in the end. And the reason we're doing this before Dikembe is because we want Hoops. Hoops is the legit character out of the entire group.
And for those of you keeping track, Bayonetta actually copied the guns from the feet from Michael Jordan, sorry.
So some may recognize this song from the game Blue Dragon called Eternity. The artist is actually Jesus Christ, the guy from Deep Purple sang this, according to the game's official soundtrack.
Thank you,
which you should all get. It's like I listen to it every day. I literally cannot go to sleep without it.
I haven't listened to it since like 2008.
Okay, punch, and then kick. That's one of the mini combos that we'll be doing with Cyberdorf. We have two main combos and then the additional of suplex because, let's be honest, suplexing any enemy in this game is satisfying. Especially when their sprites just go silly. Okay. So Vince here is pretty much the tank. He can do a lot of AoE damage if he does Refractor Beam, but thankfully it's very rare if he does it. Now on the Vince fight part 2, it gets a little out of hand, but yet again, since this is 100%, we don't have to worry about it. In any percent, you have a more likelihood of dying because Bodyguard as well as Ghost Dad, and surprisingly Ghost Dad is very terrifying. He does put the spook in me. Okay, that's what I want. That was good.
It should be noted that these investigators, they're only coming after Barkley because they believe he did perform this chaos dunk, and his only intent is malicious, but it's not true. It's not their fault. It's not their fault.
Well said, Niglaria. Well said. Okay. So this fight's taking longer than it should, and that's because a lot of it is I'm trying to keep my members alive. And because steroids play such a huge important role in the beginning, because you want to survive Dikembe as well as Dr. Allard and Ghost Dad. Now, the next fight is Dikembe himself, and since we're on the topic, he is very awful to deal with. He has 3 moves. He has Ball of Dash, then Fast Lightning Fist, and of course, Devolve, which, too early for that. And Devolve is one of the worst abilities in the game, next to Combination, because it's just so overly powerful. But, okay.
I remember back during Laz's streams, whenever Dikembe would beat him, he would play the clip from the Geico commercial of Dikembe smacking the cereal back in the kid's face.
Great commercial. Great Geico commercial. They really need him to do more. Just smack everything out of everyone's hand.
While, of course, saving the world thanks to Old Spice.
That was good.
No.
We actually got the jukes we needed, so that's good.
Very nice.
That was well done.
So this is Dikembe Mutombo's special tune. And,
Boom, Shaka, Laka. Here we go. Now the key thing is I don't want him to do them Fast Lightning Fist. Great, that's awesome. His weakest ability. Because if he did that, I would have cried deeply inside and died a little inside as well. Okay. Now, yet again, the reason we got Boots early instead of going Vince Carter is because this is the reason. We get to prevent him from doing a 2-cycle, which more likely to allow him to do a devolve, which would stall out and he could kill us if he wanted to. But since that's out of the way, we just got one of the hardest boss fights in the game done, thankfully. Okay. Okay. So if I get this juke right, I'll be incredibly happy. It's very hard because his pattern is a little awkward, but if you do it just right, it can look very swag.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys. Hey!
Oh. I always believed in you, Laz.
I love you, Nicolaria.
I love you too.
Okay. So what we just did there is we traded a femur for the Nikes because you gotta have Nikes. And we're actually going to apply the Nikes to Cyber Dwarf. And the reason for that is because we want accuracy. Now, I've done some tests and you could give the Nikes 2 hoops, but it doesn't really make that big of a difference until it, well, Dr. Allard does because his gunshots, his rapid fire will be more accurate. But to be honest, Cyber Dwarf is more important in that fight because of the guard he does. And also, this game breaks down into guard, brain, and power. While guard is physical, also I should have done the skip there, but that's fine. I'll play it safe here. Guard is physical, brain is magic if you want to think about it like that, and power is physical damage as well. The higher your brain is, the more damage you do with magical attacks, as well as you reduce magical attacks. So it works in both ways. Obviously, each character plays a different role. Cyber Dwarf is a support tank. Hoops is a very quick, agile DPS. Valthios is a caster, if you want to go about that. And Barkley is just Barkley. So,
Does he need another class?
no, he's of his own class.
Exactly.
He's just that good. Okay, so I'm going to talk to this guy as well. You'll see me do some unorthodox things, but they'll make sense in the end when we get to Shadow Barkley, which is the hypest fight in the game.
So now Dr. Allard himself is the one who genetically altered all the people in the Cesspool X.
Yes.
And we need to fight him to get to the ruins of Old New York.
But why would he do such a thing?
They needed someone. They needed a savior to help them fulfill their dreams.
One of the deadly 7 sins, greed. See, it caught on. It caught on. See, it just took time for it to blossom. Okay.
It's like,
if there's any donations to read at this time, it's probably the best because there's nothing really to say here. So.
All right, we've got a 15 Neo Shekel donation.
Yeah, thank you.
We have a 15 Neo Shekel donation from Ultra J Man.
Oh yeah, we know him.
Comment is, shout outs to the TOG crew. Good luck with the rest of Barkley 2's development, and I want to say thanks to the entire crew, and especially Frankie, their awesome Canadian pixel artist, for inspiring me to take up making games again. I must have that Tsundere pillowcase.
Yeah, hey man.
I guess I'll make a short comment on this fight real quick. I'm not doing specific moves here because Dr. Allard's brain is so high that using Hoops' Gunslay is just not a good idea. So I'll be using Rapid Fire, which does a decent amount of damage, but if we lose Hoops, which we just did, it's not a big deal.
Same also applies for Barkley's double team as well.
There we go.
But I think Ice Zauber goes through most resistances in high range.
There's a theory I've been thinking about. I don't know why Ice Zauber does what it does, but I want to say it's hybrid, but I can't confirm that. So, because it works on both Cultists as well as Dr. Allard, but it's an overall good ability. Because first off, a lot of people make the argument Thunder Saber is very good, and I agree it is. It's a very powerful attack, but the averages between Ice Saber is about 180 to 270, and that can still even go higher. As well as you have to consider the fact that Ice Saber is about 1 second faster, it's a no level up requirement, and it's about a 20 BP cost, which BP cost is incredibly huge, especially if you're trying to get fickle with items. But that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Funny thing is you don't actually have to do that right. Most of the quick time events in this game will actually kill you, which is pretty, well, you'll see the death scene very soon. Okay, so we're gonna be a scumbag, because that's what Barkley would have done, I guess.
whoa.
Shots fired, I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So with this, we're accepting the quest to defeat the Ghost Dad and save the ruins of New York, courtesy of Joanna Man.
From a terrible movie.
Well, speaking of terrible movies, no, it's
That
the Ghost.
movie is not terrible.
Oh no, it's a Ghost Dad joke.
Okay.
Bill Cosby, we meet again on the field.
So the Ghost Dad is also infamous for the many stats effects he can put on. I believe autumn, diabetes, glaucoma. I don't think Asperger's though.
Well, Ghost Dad really exemplifies how like our mistakes can haunt us even after we're dead. It really drags in the redemption and the regret themes we're found in the game.
Well, we learned the Ghost Dad isn't all bad in the end. Right now he is though.
Okay, so the main strategy for this fight is just do as much damage as you can, which is pretty simple. Ghost Dad is a very tanky boss, and he just did one of his worst abilities in the game. If you're a Final Fantasy fan, you'll know what exactly is going on here. This boss is a very painful enemy to deal with, and he ends most runs in the 80%, which...
Oh, pizza's here.
What?
Right?
Pizza's here?
We'll be back.
Oh, pizza's here.
See you later. Pizza.
Yeah, pizza's here, guys.
No, let's. I'd rather watch, dude.
Go get pizza. Go
get pizza.
Go get pizza.
No, dude, I'd rather watch him play the game that I made.
True dads.
What?
So if you're just tuning in, welcome to Awesome Games and Quick 2014, where we had the developers on the couch. We had pizza.
I guess that pizza was really enjoyable because they came back very quickly.
Oh,
That was not too
I
good.
missed the fight.
Yeah, you missed the end, by the way. It's unfortunate. You didn't miss much. Too much. I mean, we just defeated the cosmic lord of bad movies.
Oh.
What kind of topping was it?
Don't worry, we made it work once.
Right here, and then you can both
Jump in on that.
Smart thinking.
real cozy.
Yes.
Oh.
So anyway, after pizza and the ghost dad, all the ectoplasm and such is now cleared from the ruins of New York, and you know there's some side romance, of course, between Barkley and Joanna, but he knows his heart belongs to Maureen. And now we learned the ghost dad was really trying to be a good guy somehow, and he teaches Barkley a new technique, ghost muscle, basically offensive pump, raises his attack and brain.
You know, just like how Ghost Dad, really, he wasn't bad all along. Neither is Barkley, and the Michael Jordan is searching for him. There's a lot of, you know, ambiguity between good and evil in this game.
There's definitely a moral choice.
Yes.
An interesting moral choice.
Speaking of which, we've arrived at the reason we're in Old New York, the Spalding factory.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask for a little serious time, unfortunately, because these next jukes are a little tricky. Not this one, but the big one coming up is once we leave the area. So just give me about, I'd say 5 seconds, and then resume commentary. Because this juke has been a little finicky of late. Good
Nice.
job, everybody.
Oh yeah, we know that.
Nice job.
Where can people find this wonderful game?
Right now, you can probably get it on Game Jolt. There's
Right,
like
yeah.
some Russian website where you can actually buy it.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do that.
Could you spell out those sites for me, please?
Yeah, Game Jolt, GAMEJOLT.
Okay.
See, I would buy it. Such a good game. Okay.
So the item we got in the chest was the final gun,
Yeah.
the last weapon for Hoops Barkley already. And here we're just finding out some of the stories of those who used to work in the Spalding factory on experimental b-balls.
There's some horrible things done in this factory.
This
Best
terrible.
for the glory of b-ball.
This is a very terrible man, by the way. But I won't reveal his name until we get to the fight. Scott Krillman, or more, as a lot of people call him, Scott Trollman. And the reason for that is because he's a very weak boss who has two amazing abilities called Kamikaze Jam, as well as Glory of the B-Ball. These abilities allow him to, the Glory of the B-Ball heals him for a good portion of his health, as Kamikaze.
You're about to find out.
Wow. It's a very beautiful technique that he will use on his opponents. It doesn't kill almost everybody, but it kills almost everybody. Okay. So this fight actually went pretty well. He didn't stall out. Most of the bosses, if they have any healing, which almost every boss in this game has a heal, they'll stall you out. I've had a record of Scott Krillman healing 8 times in one run. it was pretty disheartening, and I just stopped playing for today.
And with his defeat, we'll receive the Hell B-Ball, I believe, which Spalding was working on. And but during the cutscene, Michael Jordan shot Hoops with type 2 diabetes, so we now need to go to Diabetes Island to see what we can do about its condition. So Hoops will have temporarily left the party.
Will Michael Jordan stop at nothing?
Indeed.
Revengeance, man.
To bring to justice the one who did the chaos dunk.
He has to bring Barkley to justice for his wrongdoings.
This isn't what B-Ball is about.
But in the eyes of Jordan, though, it's about order and, you know, maintaining peace.
When did he lose sight of what's true?
Basketball was never true. It was always a lie, man. It was always a lie.
I refuse to believe that, Laz.
Okay, so I guess I should explain what's going on here. So you actually have two paths you can take here. In the 80%, you go through the subway train, which is a quick time event against some soldiers, and you get to hang out with Harriet Tubman. Don't worry, we get to hang out with her anyway. But if you take the ferry, you fight a Drugar. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Durgar.
A Drugar? Oh my gosh. I've been saying it all. I was saying it wrong for so long.
You realize that's now canon.
Well, this game is canon now.
You've canonized Durgar.
The alien race known as the Durgars.
Known as the Durgar.
Balthill's not on party because if you haven't figured it out, he is the Durgar. It's because every Columbus Day, he turns into a Durgar. Just happens to be Columbus Day.
He was cursed by a gypsy.
Yeah.
So we can't go back. We can't go back. It's Durgar now.
Like, at heart.
Just so everybody knows, it wasn't Durgar until just now. And now it's now Durgar. It's Durgar forever.
I'm changed.
We can't go back. That's how you canon. Once it's set,
Yeah.
you can't go back.
Been done.
It's Durgar.
I'm proud that I did my part. So this fight can be a little dangerous because if he gives you the wrong RNG, he can kill you, like most bosses in this game. But thankfully, he's playing really nice today, which is good for a marathon run. So he's gonna die. Well, no, he's not gonna die, but Balthios will gain under control, or I should say Balthane. Keep in mind, these are all fancy versions of the characters. You have Balthane, Sir Barkley, Geardorf, I believe, and
Hooprick.
Yes,
thank
Hooprick,
you.
right.
Good cover.
I think what we learned from this is that even though he's good at heart, there's still a part of him that's, you know, it might be evil, but you know, we gotta let that slide. Sometimes people make mistakes, but it's about what's inside.
You have to accept who they are, man.
Just for.
By the way, there is an out of bounds back there. We're not going to talk about it, though. We're not going to talk about the out of bounds because, unfortunately, he does nothing practical. But once you defeat Drugar, and you actually skip the cutscene so fast, it sends you back to the pier. It doesn't make any sense, and it's not consistent. But I just figured I'd share. So there you go. One glitch out of this entire game. There's a lot of interface glitches, but they don't help.
Yeah, sure they are.
So if you haven't noticed, the gameplay is now closer to, say, Monkey Island than Final Fantasy. And honestly, this part is kind of convoluted with like one or two different cultists who change names, and then they try to lock you in their house and
Try to kill you with sugar.
Dear God.
It's the worst. If you want to read any donation comments at this point, there's nothing too crazy going on. Just solving some puzzles.
All right. We have a 150 neo-shekel donation from JesusZilla. And the comment is 150 neo-shekel donation towards Kazam. I donate $150 each year, and I love that Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden is getting run this year because it's one of my favorite games. Keep up the good work, and shout-outs to TOGs. Looking forward to Barkley 2. And quick announcement, quick note about the donation incentive. Donkey Kong Country 2 Lost Levels incentive is going to be removed because the runner is unable to make it, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
But please continue to donate because there are many more prizes available.
Like,
as well as being able to donate to the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
Okay. So right now we're
Oh
in,
no.
We're in the sugar mine.
The sugar.
Oh.
So if you step in the wrong spot, it's game over, man.
Okay, we'll take it really slow here.
Oh!
Oh God.
I'm having flashbacks.
Nightmares every time.
So now we see the mythical Diabeeste, or is it?
Turns out to be Reginald.
You don't know who Reginald is, he just...
Well, that's what he likes to call himself. Then he changed his name earlier.
Yeah.
He just can't decide. He's picky. Okay, so for this fight, Reginald, or we'll just call Cultist for a better name, has a crazy ability called Spell Exhaustion. And every time he uses an ability, go ahead and use step. Every time he uses an ability, it goes down. The key thing is Spell Exhaustion reduces damage by 75%. Now, strange thing is, Ice Saber is still doing a lot of damage here. And it's one of those situations where I don't really understand. Like, Ice Saber is one of those amazing abilities that doesn't make too much sense, but I go with it because it's very strong. And thankfully, this fight doesn't really rely so much on RNG, but more on the turn phase. Because if Barkley and Balthios, if Barkley can do a Showboat Jam, he can deal a severe amount of damage on the Cultist. And if, obviously, Balthios is alive, he can apply a lot of damage with Ice Saber. Okay, so with that being done, you might notice there's a huge patch of sugar on the ground, and I'm just checking my inventory. You want to be well-equipped for this run. Also, I didn't want D-Ball juice, but that's fine. That's my gonna do with that. Being well-equipped is pretty important for the next 2 fights coming up. We're also gonna save.
Wow. That's some pretty good APM on those menus.
Thanks, bro. I play a lot of StarCraft, too. Esports for life, man. Okay, so you might see the 666 beast called Diabeeste. This is the most terrifying sprite I've ever seen in my life. Whoever designed it, you're a genius. Like, who designed it, or did you find it?
That was Jesse GZ, our programmer.
Yeah, he's the unrepresented man here, and he actually did just a huge amount of all the Liberty Island stuff.
Oh my God!
And all the programming. So.
Well, I guess since we're talking about the game and you guys in general, quick question: what made you decide to pick up this game? Now I know I heard you made this game because you wanted to add Gaiden to the end of it. Is that correct?
Yeah, I saw the name and I think Barkley put up the real game. And
good basketball game.
I've never actually played it. I don't
it's
know
on the
anything
Sega
about
Genesis and Super Nintendo.
True. And so I saw the name and I just thought it would be really funny to add Gaiden to it, like Ninja Gaiden. Didn't really think about it.
It's funny
just did it.
how like
it was genius.
It can start so simple and turn into something
so beautiful.
Every storm starts with a single drop of rain.
Well said.
Well said.
Well said.
That's deep.
Thank you.
That was deep.
Thank you.
So after defeating the Cultist and the Diabeeste, we are finally able to get into Liberty Tower, where we will see the key to curing Hoops Barkley of his type 2 diabetes. Finally, it is Wilford Brimley. Or should I say...
We're going so fast.
Yeah, I actually can't understand.
It's Wilford Brimley, don't worry.
Yeah. He has the ability, basically, he has the ability to take someone's diabetes and make it his own. That's why he's hooked up to that giant insulin machine.
He died for your diabetes, ladies and gentlemen. He died for your diabetes.
Like, diabetes is not, like, you have to, like, live with this insulin all your life. You have to be worried about your sugar intake, your food.
What a burden.
It's rough. And this man, this great man, is willing to take that burden from people. it's something else.
It really is.
Best soundtrack in the game, by the way. I love Eternity.
You stare it down?
Yes. Every day. So, second fight with Vince Carter. This fight is, think of the last one, except he's got a few new moves such as Short Circuit, Proximity Mine, and Power Up? I believe that's what it's called.
Binary Shower.
Thank you, Binary Shower. And Binary Shower is very scary because he can buff himself to the point of just being overpowered. He can also recharge, which is his heal ability. Now, he does have that in the first fight. Okay, dude, this is... Oh, that was not what I want. And he recharged. So, what we're going to have to do is, thankfully, we came prepared. We brought 2 chicken fries, BK chicken fries.
That's good stuff.
I really wish they weren't limited edition. Okay.
Can be so much of a good thing. It's another thing this game wants you to leave home with.
Okay. Yeah, we had chicken fries in the game, and in this song he says, it sounds like he says chicken do, and so that's why you have chicken do, which is the do of a chicken fry. I think he says, see what you can do, but
that's brilliant.
It sounds like chicken do. Yeah.
That's smart. That's good.
But you can see, but we thought it was chicken deal.
So, I have to ask, where did all the ideas come from? Did you guys just sit down one day and say, let's make a Barkley game? I mean, what was the creative flow of this game? Because
back in the day, Brian and I would just like talk about stuff that we thought was funny, and like we would just have like these long conversations about just garbage, and then we made a game out of them. So,
God.
Are you by chance philosophy majors?
Oh man.
What?
No,
This game is. I respect the morale. Like, oh my God.
No, this is a great game.
Did Wilfred just?
Yes.
Let me emphasize.
For the sake of hoops.
Yeah, let me emphasize real quick. That was Harriet Tubman. This dialogue, you're not seeing any of it, unfortunately. Since this is a speed run, we have to avoid all of it, and that's a very big disservice I can do to you as a speedrunner.
Yeah, like
because you
100%.
miss out on
100%.
so much of the dialogue in this game, which is amazingly written. Okay.
So the donations said Kazam?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to actually slow down a little bit here. Now, just to contradict what I just said, Kazam is actually worth this. And what we're doing is we are being civil. We are solving a civil dispute between the Durger and the Genies. Which,
Yeah, Durger. Got it.
I'm working on it someday. Someday.
The Genies have enslaved the Durger on behalf of Square Enix Corporation to work in the Chup mines. So naturally, Charles Barkley is chosen to mediate between the two parties. And depending on your choice, you get either the best armor in the game, the Shrek Mono for the Durger, or the Genie Lamp for the Genies. And who else would be in the Genie Lamp but Kazam?
Who dare wake me? Ain't gonna name this mystery. Don't wanna do time on your wish. Watch it, boy. You don't want to diss me. I'll dish out my misery. Now who's that sorry wannabe that disturbs my Z? If you wanna be number one, I'm sorry, boy. That's been done. But if you got the itches for the sack of riches, don't matter how avaricious. I am the man that can grant your wishes. Hey, don't turn your butt on me. I'm the man of ages, straight out of the pages. Hang on, I'm contagious, outrageous, spontaneous. You cannot contain this. I'm Kazam.
Now you get a choice of one of three wishes: power, wealth, and knowledge. Power will raise your stats. Wealth gives you, I believe, 5,000 Neo Shekels. And knowledge will tell you how to access one of the game's secret areas, the Doom Temple.
And we'll be going there very soon.
So right now we're in the temple of, how do you pronounce it since you're naming everything?
Cuchulain.
Cuchulain, okay.
Pronounced incorrectly as Cuchulain. Yeah. Correctly, but incorrectly.
See, I'm scared to say it because it might be canon.
Regardless, we're in this tomb for the ultimate B-ball, the ones that had the talents of all the NBA players after the Space Jam. And for this puzzle, we have to try to light the switches as soon as possible before they run out.
Okay, so what I'm doing right now is, you may notice I'm beating the heck out of the keyboard very fast. And as you may see at the very bottom left, throughout the entire run, we have a Nikes next to us with a bar. That is our sprint meter. By pressing the X button, you allow yourself to sprint. And what I'm doing is I'm pretty much stutter sprinting. Now, you could say, why not just let it go like this? Well, the problem is it's actually much slower to let it grow. And even though with a short boost like that, you have to be very quick with it. Also, we got the indication and dialogue, so we're done here. All we need to do is juke. We're going to play a little safe here. Don't want to get too risky with this mob because it is a bunch of, well, it looks like a rat, but it's actually a bunch of demons. I can't remember where they're from. Yet again, as you may see, a lot of the assets came from different games, which, speaking of assets, we're about to see some of the greatest sprites of all mankind. I don't know who thought about putting these guys in here, but you're brilliant. Just brilliant.
Oh, that was our programmer, Jesse. Who's PC, who's the man.
In direct contrast to what Barkley, who's good at heart but may come off as evil in some cases, these enemies may look innocent, but they are nothing but pure evil.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So now, in this part, the gang is now separated and must go through their own trials and tribulations. So here, we'll find out what Balthios desires most next, as each of them will find what they desire most.
So we just took down Adept Soldier. That was not Master Chief, by the way. This is not Halo.
No, it's the Adept Soldier.
Yeah,
Can't
exactly.
they read?
Nice Greek warrior. Yet again, the sprites in this game, for someone who sees it for the first time, it's absolutely gorgeous because they give you the best reaction ever. Their faces are just the highlight of the run. I wish I could turn around and see everyone's face right now, but unfortunately I'll have to wait till
Beautiful,
the run.
Laz. It's beautiful.
I'm sure it looks gorgeous behind me. Okay, so I'm going to need some serious time, unfortunately, because this is Sandless, the hardest trick in the game, and hopefully I don't mess this up, so wish me luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay.
And like Cyberdwarf himself said, that was the hardest puzzle he's ever seen.
Wow. Was that even intended to be possible?
No.
Wow.
I just play this game a lot, that's all. No, I really like this game. Contrary to what I say, it sounds like I'm hating on this game, but that's just because I have bad runs of it. I really like this game, and I'll give you a brief summary, because there's not really much to talk about. We just got Jam City, so we got the double B-balls, but a brief short story on this game, I guess, and why I'm doing this game. My father was diagnosed with cancer, and he had a few surgeries to, it was throat cancer, I should be more specific. I don't know the medical term, unfortunately, but he got throat cancer, and I started, let me back up real quick. I'm sorry. I started speedrunning back in 2012, and Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden was one of those games that just stuck out to me, and I wanted to play it because it looked silly, and just, why not? And so I saw AGDQ 2013, and I saw what these people all around me do every year, and it meant a lot to me. Try not to get all sappy, I'm sorry. So, they raise money to the PCF, which is to prevent cancer. And, oh Lord, I'm sorry. And they do a great job every year. And I said, well, why not offer a game that's pretty fun and people would enjoy it? And earlier this year, my father got diagnosed with throat cancer. Now the good news is he's not gone. He actually got cured. So. Thank you so much. but the reason I'm getting so sappy is because it was a very scary moment, and you don't realize how fast things can be taken away from you, because I did something wrong, I'm sorry. You don't realize how quickly your loved ones can be taken away from you within, in just a moment, you just notice. So, and I figured, why not offer something and do my part to help people so they don't have to, so they can have a chance to spend time with their loved ones. I'm sorry, that was really bad.
Thank you for sharing the story with us.
Thank you. Okay, so back on a...
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay. We have a safe state.
Wow.
We have a safe state. It's okay. That's a little scary. That's never happened before, but it's okay. We have a safe state.
Just want to give a shout out again to our programmer, GC.
It's okay. Thank God for safe states.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
This actually lets us backtrack a bit for the story.
Okay.
So, actually, an interesting twist. Barkley, unlike the other three, touched what he desired most, which oddly enough was inking gold, and he released him from his tomb, who we actually see in Barkley 2.
Yeah, that's right.
The Malevolent.
That game is coming out this year, right?
Yeah.
Yes. By the way, you probably should support Barkley 2 when it comes out, because if you like this game, you're going to love Barkley 2 immensely. So please support Tales of Games. They're very creative game developers, and really, they're true Doom murder heads. Nothing else to say.
Thank you.
So now Barkley is able to combine the energies of the Hell B-Ball and the Ultimate B-Ball and learn how to double dribble. So now all of his attacks will be hitting twice. Ridiculous damage. Now we fight an incredibly hard optional side boss, the Ghastly Dark Lord.
I'm a little worried.
Okay. So there we go.
So any guesses on why that happens from the creators?
Yeah.
I think it was just an intense
someone's
moment.
got mouse control.
This is not our fault.
No. This is.
This
Yeah, someone's got mouse control because they just messed around with something. That's okay. It's fixed now. The audio is not coming through my end, but that's fine.
Is it out of focus, the game window?
No, we're in focus right
That
now.
one, I don't think that ruins the audio. Oh. Thank you.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that good?
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Apparently, someone had their mouse on.
Base chicken fry.
Chicken fry is incredibly useful in this run, by the way. It's the escape card for every fight. So hopefully we can actually finish this fight and progress. So, because we do still have to do Lotta, my favorite cutscene in the game. Though I won't spoil it. We'll wait. So for this fight in particular, just as like Ghost Dad, do as much damage as possible. You want to try, well, pray that doesn't happen. So let me get steroids out. Now it's actually better to throw a chaff grenade here, but since
It's
The eye laser.
It's eye laser.
the eye laser.
Sound DLL.
Yeah, which
It should be it's version
Super
10.
Sound DLL?
Yeah, it's like this weird.
Oh, was this from our website that doesn't work at the moment?
No. This is I've had this one for a while.
And is this your computer?
No. This is a different
we're on
one.
Windows 8, yeah.
Yeah, they're. We made the game for like Windows XP or something. So.
Oh. Do you have a low, like a save state right after the fight?
I don't. I don't.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, we can keep doing the fight, but I think we'd be stalling it.
Yeah, since he's gonna do the I-beams at some point, he just doesn't die like that.
Run in like
How
the.
terrible.
Dude, we're awful.
What's the
on
current?
side.
What's the time at, by the way?
49 minutes.
Oof. Would be.
But you reset about a minute and a half in.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll give it one more go.
Boot
One
it
more
in like
shot.
the compatibility mode, maybe? I don't know.
No, it's well. You could try and just flat out restart the computer, and then start from scratch.
I don't think that's.
And that's
I don't-
slow it down.
We'll
So
give
we
it.
just like soundless version to
Say
get
what?
past the.
No. No, Barkley 2 will be good. Yet again, we're gonna pray. Everyone cross your fingers for the fight and pray he doesn't do lasers. I'll try to kill him as fast as humanly possible as I can. So.
Only if he had a golden potato.
Yeah, then he could just end it.
Yeah.
So, Laz, I don't
Glory.
blame you for this.
I don't blame anyone for this. I don't blame anyone for
Our
this.
B-ball energy.
We gotta hope. Keep hope in Barkley, in the B-ball.
Okay, so I'm gonna do something I usually don't do. I'm going to equip hoops very early. Okay. Yes, we should be good. Yeah.
How long would it take to restart this computer? Does anyone know?
Probably.
I don't think it'd be really worth
Yeah.
starting, considering we've already wasted a good bit of time. I'd like to finish the run though, hopefully. If not, we can still do the slam jam domination.
Well, he doesn't. We can. Do you want to just skip him and just finish the game for game's sake?
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll skip him. We don't have to do it.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. We'll be a little overestimated.
Could've been
That's
on a
fine.
mandatory boss.
You can see the golden potato
Yeah.
in action on YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah, essentially.
Would you be able to do the 100% route without the?
Yeah. Well, this will be 100% without golden potato. Okay. I'm sorry if this is going to go over estimate.
Essentially, defeating that boss gives you an item called the golden potato, which lets you one-shot anyone except for the final boss, who it does like 85% damage to or something ridiculous. Please YouTube it as a really nice animation.
It is very good.
Or you know what, just download and play the game. Who am I kidding?
Download and play the game. Yeah.
It's free.
No crashing computers.
No, I won't.
Because it's not something that like you can just watch. You need to experience it.
Exactly.
You need to live it.
So I'll leave that out for you guys to experience on your own. You should probably go pick up this game though, but seriously, and play it casually.
Remember, B-ball changed our lives. It can change yours too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna skip him completely. He's a secret boss. He's not mandatory, and so we're just gonna run to the world map. Okay. Now normally for some reason I usually can run really fast on the world map, but of lately I've been forced to walk. It's very strange. I don't know why this has occurred all of a sudden. Barkley is a very weird program. It's a very, I mean that like, not even ironically, just it's very weird. Because technically it can be impressive. Sometimes it's fluent, and then when I play it on my computer, it just doesn't want to operate. Maybe it's a bad potato computer. I don't know. But regardless, let's move on. Now we're at the final stage of the game, Necron 5. We have a few things to do before we fight the final boss, which he is coming up. But let's give a good salute and farewell to Vince Carter, as he does sacrifice himself for the good cause of Barkley 2. Rest in peace. Okay, so we're gonna heal up here.
Stock up.
Yep, we are going to stock up. I think we should be good though. Yeah, we should be fine. So,
do we need to get the library card first?
no, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Because we still have to, yeah, we should be good. I think I've gotten everything I needed. Didn't miss anything. Yeah, we're good. Just trying to remember. Remember, this is 100%. This is not any percent. Any percent is completely different route.
Is that the mouse cursor on the screen I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Yes, my bad. Let me move it on over here. Georgia Brown.
Sweet Georgia Brown.
Like half whistling.
This is an impressive whistling.
You guys are doing it. Nice. Keep it up.
Two and four, Laz.
Awesome job, guys. Awesome job. That was amazing. A round of applause for yourselves.
Thank you.
Okay, so you just saw in that fight, that was the second final fight with Michael Jordan, and we're done. But before we go in for the slam, time to go to a magical place that I hope to go someday.
The B-ball dimension.
We have a 100 neo-shekel donation from Movius C. And this is for all the victims of the Chaos Dunk. May the true spirit of B-ball never die.
Bless you, Clispa.
So welcome to the B-ball dimension, a place where basketball players aren't judged and they can live and be who they are every day. But first, we're going to go on a date. Do you guys like going on dates? I sure do.
Be careful, though. Warning.
Be warned. If you are a child, I suggest you leave now.
I don't think any child is up now anyway.
I hope not.
So we have our date, Lotta.
Oh, should we act this out?
I'd be proud to, Laz.
Okay. So go ahead. What are some of the some of your interests? Oh my lord, can't speak.
Nobody ever asked me that. They think all I care about is b-ball. I love b-ball, but sometimes I just like to let go and read.
Actually, I think we have the roles reversed. I was supposed to be Lotta.
Very well.
Okay.
What books do you like?
Oh, I don't know. I guess fantasy books about magical realms far away, where the world is different and people are nicer. I also like romance novels.
I also read romance novels.
I like to pretend I'm being swept off my feet when I read romance novels too.
Really?
Yes.
Most said you used to play for the Tar Heels in the WNBA.
I was just a rookie. I wasn't any good. Our coach would always yell at me. He'd say, Lotta, get the damn ball, Lotta. Drop the ball, damn ball, Lotta. Drop the ball, you failure, Lotta. I tried as hard as I could, but I wasn't good enough for the team.
I think you just doubt yourself. I think you're just doubting yourself. They put you on that team for a reason, miss. They wouldn't have you if they didn't see any value in it.
Thank you, Gear Dwarf. That was the kindest thing anyone's ever said to me. It just feels like a whole world wants me to fail sometimes.
Let me tell you something. When I was a kid, they say dwarves couldn't play b-ball. They said they were too short to dunk, too stocky to be effective. They didn't stop me. I trained and practiced for days and nights to get better, and you know what? I was the first dwarf to slam dunk. I didn't let them stop me, miss, and neither should you.
That was so inspirational, Gear Dwarf. Thank you for being so kind to me. Most people aren't very kind. One time I was working on my dunk and one of my teammates said I had the worst dunk she ever seen. She probably was right.
I don't think so. I don't think so, miss.
No, it's bad. Oh, so it's okay, we're
I'll
speedrunning.
judge that for myself. Let me see it.
What?
Let me see your dunk, miss. I'll tell you if it's bad or not.
It's not good. You'll yell at me and call me stupid.
No, I won't. Just show me your dunk.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, here goes. Yes.
That was amazing. Miss, that was amazing. I can't believe my eyes. That was one of the best dunks I've ever seen.
You mean it?
I'm in complete awe. It was flawless.
Thank you, Gear Dwarf. I'm blushing a little.
Do you want to talk about something else now?
Oh, I'm blushing. You're so sweet, Gear Dwarf. Let's talk about something else. Gear Dwarf, there's something I want to show you. Show him.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I come here when I want to be alone, when I just want to look at the moon and think nobody knows that this place is, about this place, but me and you.
What do you usually think about, miss?
Plays, shooting dunks. I mean, shooting, and dunks.
I thought you said you like to read.
Sometimes. Now, how lonely I am.
Miss, there's something I need to tell you.
Gear Dwarf.
In all my life, I've never known a woman so incredible as you. You're smart, beautiful, funny, talented, sweet. I could go on forever. I want you to know, miss, you're a shooting star.
I feel the same way about you. You're so kind to me, so wonderful. I'm so glad I met you.
Miss.
Boom goes the dynamite.
You did good, Laz.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's too soon. It's
Yes.
too soon. We
True
only
love
went on a
conquers all.
date once.
We gotta let the bromance simmer in. Don't worry.
Just wait till the chaos dunk.
Our
everybody.
time will come.
Okay, so going back on a real speed. Now we're speed running. I'm sorry about that, everybody. I figured you want to see that. It was one of those moments.
I just got carried away. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So we actually did benefit there because that actually gives us Cyberdwarf's best armor, oddly enough.
Okay.
Tupperware armor.
By the way, chat loved that.
I'm glad. I'm really glad they did. So now I have to hurry up really quickly. I'm not going to explain any of these fights because I'm just going to let you witness them. There's something you have to behold, and as I mentioned before, the sprites in this game are just purely beautiful.
So we're in the arena in the b-ball dimension in a quest to fight Charles Barkley's greatest rival, Kevin Garnett.
That's actually Skeleton Bill, by the way.
You actually do have to go through these guys first, though. They're mighty strong.
That guy's pretty intimidating. Or he was.
I mean, it's a stupid sound.
Okay.
Bellman Master.
This guy.
Master of
He's
Delman.
tough.
This guy is a nightmare. Thankfully, we have a strat. Okay. Now
Going
for the
really
final,
well.
the true fight. Now, if he does a Dipsy Dunkaroo, I'm gonna cry inside.
Dipsy do Dunkaroo.
Oh, pump fake. Okay, that's not bad. He faked us out, but it's okay. We got him. Okay, and that was Kevin Garnett. Very hard fight, as you may have noticed.
He's Barkley's greatest rival on the court for a reason.
Okay, so since we spent a lot of time with the Lotta scene, I'm going to hurry up and speed this up and not really explain too much. I'm going to let you find out the Easter eggs, because if I explain them, it would ruin the experience. So now we have to leave the b-ball dimension. Unfortunately, it was a good trip, but we have to finish the game. So we have 2 Easter eggs we're going to do. Okay. First off, we're going to save and heal up and get all set. Okay,
All
that's
good things come to an end. Another theme among this game's many themes.
Okay, so we're going to get VidCon, Archlad 2, Pocky, Slow Tropic, and however you pronounce that.
Yeah.
And we got a library card.
You didn't get all the library cards.
You guys...
I thought it was 100% land.
I thought it was too. Okay.
I guess they didn't do 100% after your game crashed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
So I don't think you should be blaming Laz here.
Oh, man.
Because you ain't blaming my friend, okay?
Okay, so we gotta do one last thing and then we'll fight the final boss. Now we have to go to hell. And unfortunately, I don't like to say that, but it is true. We're going to Doom Temple, a very disturbing place where, well, the minds of Tales of Games go. We're only doing 2 things, though. We're not spending too much time. We're going to take the Sonic test, and we're going to visit Bernie Mac. The Vamp Commando, Bernie Mac, Mr. 3000. Rest in peace, you beautiful man.
This tail. So beautiful.
We have
Best
a
song, by the
50 Neo Shekel donation from Sweet Daddy Bear 69. It says, believe in yourself always.
The Mary Sonic test.
Okay, I'm gonna go Pacific Islander, Lubago, nails, I don't have nails, feet, a student, and yes. And Sonic only dates whites. Woo, Sonic. Okay, so technically we died there, but since we save state, that's the whole reason we waited to do it, the library ticket, because not only do you knock out the library ticket, but you also have a save state. Now we can actually do the Slam Jam. So here we go, let's finish the game. We have two boss fights. The first phase, which is the one-wing angel, Shadow Barkley. And then
Wait.
there...
Was he the one who performed the Chaos Dunk?
He was. No.
Yes.
The second
yes,
one.
he is. The second one. He actually did.
The monster. So, why does this Shadow Barkley even exist? He's a monster.
I imagine he's a manifestation of Barkley's desires of what he wants for B-Ball.
Is this also a result of the first Chaos Dunk that he performed?
Indeed.
Yeah. We got him, guys. We got him. Okay.
He just wanted to make his son proud, and he created all this by mistake.
Thankfully, the QCD, we have Quad City DJs backing us up with the background. Okay. Oh no, going in for the jam again. Now the problem with this attack is it wastes a lot of time, as you can imagine. It's a cool animation, but it's very impractical as a speed run. So you want him not to do that. But as long as he's not healing, that's fine. Now, we don't have Golden Potato, so this is going to be a little trickier than I'm normally used to. I usually use Golden Potato to finish off the next boss, but we should be fine. Ooh, dirty heels.
It's alright. Our chicken fries will get us through.
Yes. We have a lot of chicken fries, thankfully, and plenty of items. Okay, first phase down. Final phase. Time will be very soon, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's after the boss fight, a certain action is performed.
Yes.
That's when the time is going to be called.
Okay. This is the nightmare I have to deal with every night when I wake up. Diablo's face with Barkley. It's not something I ever wanted to see, but when I played this game, I was just sitting there saying, why? Why?
Is this what Barkley would have wanted?
Yes.
Fair enough.
The inspiration you guys put into these bosses is just memorizing, to say the least. But, yet again, awesome job on everything, as far as soundtrack, gameplay, and overall story.
Can't forget those stunning graphics.
The graphics are pretty good, yeah. Also, rest in peace everyone on the RPG Maker forums. Now normally you would have a set damage where you could actually, I could use the Golden Potato now and kill him and be done, but unfortunately we have to do the fight without, we have to do this Golden Potato list. So, it's alright, but it'll take a little bit more time than it's usually required.
Potato-less strats.
That's fine. Good ability to deal with. Oh, that was bad.
Oh yeah, the suplexing.
Yeah, I gotta reduce that armor. We should be good. As long as he doesn't heal. Oh. Okay. One of his deadly abilities he can do, so I'm going to have to use another chicken fry, unfortunately. I could use steroids, but since I don't want to waste any more time, we're going to do this as fast as possible. Next attack, he'll be dead.
But it's not over then.
Okay. And we're done there. Okay, time will be very soon. Okay, so unfortunately I do have to slow down a little bit here. If I zoom through with the dialogue, it will soft lock. I know this for a fact, unfortunately. So I'm going to type really slow, unfortunately.
So the plan is to evacuate the rest of the team off the ship while Barkley deals with his shadow self. But the Monstars are trying to stop us.
From Space Jam, of course.
Balthios vows to hold them off and show them what Zephyrz are all about.
Okay, we didn't soft lock. That's good.
All right.
Okay, I can speed up just a tad now. Okay, here we go.
Are you gonna need help?
Yep.
Time.
Not quite.
Oh no. YouTube it.
YouTube it.
YouTube it. YouTube it.
Oh man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's okay, lads.
Because, in the end, we always have B-ball.
Thank you, by the way. I guess time.
Yeah, blame Windows 8.
Windows 8, thank you, Microsoft.
Oh, man.
Okay. Since...
Did we get the donations for the sing-along?
We did. Yes. We did. Okay, so what we're going to do for the sing-along is I'm going to start up the menu. We're going to be playing... We're going to sing the remix version of this Barkley remix. Okay, so if you have... Yeah.
1 second. Before you do that, just wanted to say, after you told your story, me and a couple of guys back here decided that we would put together a little surprise Laz fund for whatever you wanted to put. So we have $175 to whatever Laz wants.
Oh, Lord.
Nice.
Let's do the sing-along first, and then I'll put the money to something, but hold on to it. Okay, so everyone's got a sheet, right? Can everyone share? Everyone got a sheet?
I need a sheet.
Need a sheet? We might not have too many sheets. Okay, everyone else in the back, if you don't have a sheet, just try to sing along. Just say random words. That's generally what I like to do at karaoke. Okay, so let's get her going. So as soon as
Yeah, there's some instrumental breaks, so we gotta fill that with some.
Take some breaks. Okay, so I'm gonna start her up. This is the Slam Jam sing along, everybody. I can turn it up a tad, yeah. Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. Just a tad, then we'll slam. So once the sound goes through, get ready.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. It's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you want to jam. What you gonna do? Hey, you, what you gonna do? Hey, you, what you gonna do? Hey, you, what you gonna do? People in the house, let's go. It's your boy, JC, alright. So, that's that thing, watch me play. I'm happy to know that it's jam. All we wait, what's up? So feel the bass. Rock it, got the moves. Yeah, we give space, make the moves. Work that body, make sure you don't hurt nobody. Hey, DJ, turn it up. You don't turn it up. Alright. and jam. Slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Get on the floor and jam. You see me on the microphone. Girl, you got me in the zone. Come on, let's start the game. Break it down, tell me your name. I'm a pro. Stand on that from coast to coast to slide. From left to right, slide. No stopping lights. TCG, drop the bass. 3-4-1, home in your face. Stand on it. Let's get on it. Come on, you run the boys, I run the team. Come on, baby, just stand for me.
Kissing on the cheek or the lips? Lips? The lips? There we go. This is true romance.
Bro, it's not gay or anything.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I already told him what my donations yeah, pretty much just make notes. So, like, I'm probably not going to get time for it.
All right, and that was Barkley's Shut Up and Jam Gaiden. Coming up next is Bastion, being run by Vooligen. And after that will be Another World, run by Uranium Anchor. As far as donations go, we have a $50 donation from Nicholas Taylor. It says, respect to Laz and to what everybody here is doing. My mother also got diagnosed with specifically throat cancer, but unfortunately she wasn't as lucky. She passed away a little less than a year ago, and I miss her every day. Much love to you and your father, and to everybody doing AGDQ. Let's defeat cancer together. We have a $50 donation from Sam G. It says, shout out to TeamLiquid.net for introducing me to AGDQ last year. We have a $50 donation from LT. It says, hey guys, LT here. I'm glad I somehow stayed awake until 5 a.m. to catch part of this run. I can't stop being amazed by Barkley ever since the day it became real and took the world by storm. Shoutouts to the TOG crew for being amazing. Put this donation towards getting the Shrek kimono. P.S. Shoutouts to Chef's great haircut. Semper Games. So a $50 donation from Hitchy. It says, "Hi guys, greetings from Melbourne, Australia. Loving the run so far, especially the Halo 2 one with Monopoly yesterday. That was absolutely mind-blowing. Thought I'd put some money towards a good cause. My father-in-law was diagnosed with prostate cancer a few years ago, but with early detection, he was able to beat it and make a full recovery. Round of applause from the room for Jeff." That's him. "Would be great. He's a top bloke. Keep running, and I'll keep watching. Cheers, Hitchy."
It's too late for it. Unless we put out another run.
It's gotta be a prize, man. That's the B-ball.
We have a $30 donation from Conster that says, "Absolutely brilliant event. This thing must go global. I enjoy watching every speed run, and I especially like Barkley Gaiden. I am proud to be part of it. Let's raise cancer awareness together. My best regards to all of you. Greetings from Germany, Cologne." We have a $20 donation from Samantha that says, "Hello, I'd like to make a couple of shout-outs. Shout-outs to Laz for being the only other person besides me to do a speed run of Ride to Hell. And one to my man, Mama Slaps."
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. This basketball wide open. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, the microphone, the basketball is signed by a numerous amount of speedrunners. I don't have everyone here at the event, but if you would like to have this basketball, it was something I was going to hold on as a yearbook, but I feel that now it could be more than just that. So I'm going to give it up as a prize, and hopefully the fine people here at the event can find something to do with it.
And $10 buy-in, and we'll have it for the block up to the Superstar Star Wars.
That'll be good.
Lauren Glover.
Awesome.
No, it's okay. Mine is. My phone died.
Kevin, is there anyone in the shot that is not wearing sunglasses in the background?
I guess I'll wear some sunglasses. Oh my god. Oh, perfect, dude. And then it's all we got. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
How's the control, lads?
Roku and keyboard is amazing. I love the glass.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay.
We know way too much
Say
about
what?
this game.
I'm getting audio from the PC. Okay, is that good?
Oh man.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a story of
I can turn it up a
redemption.
little bit if we need to.
Truly is.
Okay. Okay, I guess from the countdown of from 3. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Oh, well, my bad. Restart.
So wait, are these mics on live? They're good? Or?
Oh.
Awesome. What's
Yeah,
up?
if you guys could sign that body pillow.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, we'll start again. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Victorian steampunk mode?
Yeah, we're going to be playing in Victorian mode, which is pretty much a reward by beating the game the first time. It doesn't really change anything besides the visual look and names of all the characters in the game, and it's pretty funny to look and with class. Okay, so what we're doing right now in the game is pretty much we're doing just movement, nothing really too crazy. And we're just skipping a lot of the dialogue by holding down the Z key and text skipping by tapping C twice. Okay.
Current premise of the game is that in 2053, Charles Barkley performed the Chaos Dunk that wiped out most of New York.
He just wanted to make his son proud, but it turned into something so much worse than that.
Indeed. And then recently, a Chaos Dunk was performed again. Yet only Charles Barkley could do such a thing.
It's not known who did this event. Some people suspect maybe it was him, but he knows that this isn't true.
Michael Jordan, head of the anti-V-ball enforcement squad, will stop at nothing to make sure Barkley doesn't live to see the day. But he is rescued by the ultimate Hellbane. But who is the ultimate Hellbane?
Oh no, I actually made a big mistake in the run already. I forgot to do something very important. Ooh. Can we restart, possibly? Is it possible? Can we do that?
Just
one
don't
more
even
time?
bother. Just
No,
restart. We'll keep the timer going.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad, guys. I'm a bad speedrunner. We'll start this again. Hi, I'm Laser Long. And so, someone take my body pillow now. So pretty much what happened was we're doing 100%. I forgot to mention we're not doing any percent because any percent is pretty much you like RNG. Well, not this game, no. So what I have to do here is I have to do these little side missions or side tasks to get the library ticket and Doom Temple.
You're getting one library card?
One library
I
card.
thought this was a 4 library card run.
Please. No, I try to get all library cards, but I'm just really, really bad.
Nice dodge there.
Thank you, by the way. The QuickTime event in this game is pretty funny. You can actually soft lock at one of the QuickTime events in the older versions, but now in the Leap version, which is the new updated version, you don't soft lock anymore here, which is really nice.
I made this game and I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's absolutely amazing, pretty much. Okay, so we're gonna save here, and pretty much. Yeah, we're all good. I'll leave it here for you then, okay? I'll leave it here. Thanks, Logan.
Guys, you can't have the chairs there. We need to have the fire lane. Whoever moved chairs, removed them. They were. I had just fixed those ones too. There's only be 2 rows behind the couch right now, like directly behind that. I just don't want to get put down to the fire.
Wait, are we having any nuts on the couch, or are we keeping the duck? Not keeping the pillow?
I think the devs are a little busy right now. I don't know if when they're ready. Like, okay. Yeah, no hurry. Like, I'm gonna do some testing right now anyway.
Wait, no, right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, put it on. Okay.
Okay. And then. Oh. Yeah.
Play the game yet? Barkley won.
Not sure which one is which.
I'm not a developer.
I'm not sure if you need both USB.
I might know more than the story than it does.
Hope you all have a good time watching that. I'm Dr. Cool Guy. I got to peace out. Be handing over the mic. Some quick shout outs, if it's all right, to Taylor and Philip back home. And, of course, Fanboy.
I think it's a little confusing with the here. Oh, the mics are all here. How many are there? 4?
So how many people need mics?
How many do we have?
We have 4 labs.
Let's do. Let's give 3. 1 for him. There'll be another guy coming. Like Larry will be here. So like Larry, him, and then we'll just have 1. Yeah.
The devs were here.
Yes, the devs are over there. They're getting all set. They're just getting shoot having a photo show.
Any help there?
I think I got it. Go ahead.
Les, I'm reading.
Okay, thank you. What's going on? If we can get the body pillow one, that'd be great.
What?
We just need to get. Okay, never mind. We're already good.
I got backside of a good seat, but good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Are you guys opposed to wearing sunglasses?
No.